Welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Sane.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is episode 143 of Fringe Fanatics, and we are getting into it. I am Chris Sane.
And I'm Chad Lee. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, thank you guys. We greatly appreciate it, each and every one of you. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media, and hit that subscribe button, always and forever. But this week, we do have a pretty good show for you. We are going to have Dhruv Khoul joining us. He is insider basically for the Bears, the Cubs, the Bulls for sports mockery. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And also I realize we're going to have an insider for a couple other things as well. So we get the NBA and the MLB out of him too.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, everything Chicago.
Yeah, all things Chicago out there in the Windy City. So yeah, that'll be exciting. We're gonna have him on at 5:30. That is why we are getting together a little bit early today at 5 o'clock, just so we can kind of run the show like normal and get him on and out of here. Unfortunately, he had a work dinner pop up, so only gonna have him for 15 minutes, but we're gonna pack it full of Chicago Bear regalia,
We're
if
gonna hit
you
him with
will.
some good questions in those 15 minutes.
Yes, we're gonna just rapid fire. He's gonna have 5 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, we are here. It is, what are we in? October 12th. October. Jesus, I just jumped forward. August 12th. Yeah, man, we are cruising through August. I'm already in fall somewhere.
We're getting close to football season.
It's inching closer. We watched the first round of preseason games.
Yep.
They weren't the most entertaining things, but
I don't think I watched any of them.
You didn't even watch any of the Chiefs?
No, we were at that concert.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yep. So
Yeah,
I caught some highlights of it, but
I mean, it's not like did Mahomes play?
Yeah,
He
he
did?
played like a couple series. He threw one pass and got one touchdown.
Yeah, they
1
kept,
yard.
They kept Bo Nix out there longer than I thought they would,
Yeah.
which was surprising. But it looks like they needed it because they were apparently a little rusty or something. But preseason, what are you gonna do?
Exactly.
You're working on
It's
stuff.
It's tough to get back into.
Yes, but let's get into our weeks and weekends. Speaking of getting back into it, you went to a concert. Tell me about it.
It was a great time, man. Rufus Du Sol, that was our first time seeing them. Globally national. I feel like a noob for just kind of, we got into it about a year and a half ago, kind of bled off of our love for Odessa. They're kind of like right up there as like the 1-2 for like best kind of like dance electronic group.
Okay.
And yeah, they played at Dick's. A waitress that always takes good care of us. We've really grown good friends with her at State House.
Yeah.
Joined up with us, and we went
nice.
with her. Yeah, she's like really big in that scene and stuff. So
That's cool.
yeah, we had a dude. We bought tickets for the GA pit, which is like, okay, like let's say this. I know this is visual right now, but I'm showing Chris.
Yeah.
Is the stage? We're right there. And
Yeah.
so we get there early.
You're like on the field.
This is, we were on the field.
Okay, cool.
But like this is, since we moved out to Reunion, the closest a concert's been to us.
Dick's, I've heard, is really nice.
It was pretty cool. But we got there, the doors opened at 6. We got there like 5:44. We were on the rail. We were
up front?
Front row.
Whoa.
It was insane. That's why, like, you see from those photos and stuff.
I told you, you're lucky you didn't burn your eye out.
Chris was like, you're gonna burn your retinas. And it was intense, man. There was a guy that like a group of us around of us got a guy kicked out. He was kind of spilling drinks on Jay. He was just being a real douchebag. And like the security guards up there right in the front row, kind of VIP, were just being angels, man. Like they were handing out water to people.
Yeah.
And so we pointed this guy out and they like picked him up over the rail, took
Just
him
threw
out.
him out.
There was a couple people that got overheated, had maybe a little too much of something, alcohol or whatever it might be. And so they were real good about getting them out of there. But yeah, dude, I was checking out. They have 11 million monthly listeners. Rufus does. Like,
that's crazy.
They're really good. And it was cool. No set break. They kicked ass. And that was Saturday, but then we took Monday off just for us to have kind of like a day off, and
nice.
We just kind of like really chilled. We kind of did a little bit of day drinking and played some rummy out on the patio.
Nice.
Yep. We tried watching that Mark Maron special. couldn't really get through it.
Couldn't get through it, no? Yeah.
He just seems like such like a grouchy old man. I really
He kind of is,
he
yeah.
very much so. I was like,
Yeah.
man, he should stick to acting because I liked him in Stick a lot, but
Yeah.
couldn't get into the stand.
He is a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, you know, he tried it.
We
at
did
least.
watch 28 Days Later. I thought that was okay.
You
Wasn't
mean
28 years later? Excuse me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I keep getting
We're
them
into years
messed up.
now.
Yeah, but it was pretty good. It wasn't like I didn't blow me away like I thought it might, but yeah. It was all right.
I heard there's some weird gratuitous scenes in it, kind of.
Oh, dude, zombie dick everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
I heard
constantly
there's
zombie
zombies
dick.
hanging hog, dude. Just like
The alphas. For some reason, the alphas are
Makes
blessed
sense.
with
Yeah, they're alphas, so they're gonna
just
it's,
swinging along, man. It was
like a
crazy.
baby arm holding an apple.
Oh my god, it was crazy, man. It was a lot of zombies.
I haven't seen it yet, but that was the one thing I've heard about it was
Yeah.
a lot of gratuitous. Well, not a lot, but
And it was just gory, man. I mean, what the alphas did is they like not just like ripped heads off, but they would rip the head off someone and pull the spine out too.
old
So-
school Mortal Kombat style.
Very much so fatality.
Yeah, finish him.
Yeah, so man, it was very gory. We also watched yesterday that new movie. I guess it's like the #1 movie on streaming right now. The new Eddie Murphy and Pete Davidson movie called.
Oh.
It's on Prime.
If they're like
Pickup.
they're like hijackers or like robbers. Or
No,
something?
they're actually not. They kind of get duped into having to do that, but they were armored truck drivers.
Oh.
Yeah, like Brinks and stuff.
I just saw that and I was like, oh, it's a heist movie.
That's
I just
what I thought,
immediately
too.
Went, yeah.
Yep, but it's hilarious. I mean, Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson.
Yeah,
It's
good
not like
stuff.
excellent, but it's a good
good
entertaining movie. Yeah.
On the other side of that spectrum, have you heard about this? I believe it's an Ice Cube movie called War of the Worlds. It's like a remake.
Got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. They're like, it doesn't even get 1%. Yeah.
Like at one point I was watching like a clip of it and they literally didn't even cut out a camera guy. Like walking.
No way.
He went
Oh,
walking in
that's
front of it.
lazy.
And then they
man.
said like it's like a total like Amazon like it's like one of the worst for like product placement where they're like you need to make an order on Amazon right now and get it delivered by Prime later this afternoon. Like there's like weird stuff in it like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, come
Like,
on.
you
at
need to
least
order these drones and get them here by 3:00.
try to be a little sly about it. I mean, that I watch a lot of Apple stuff. We started watching the new season of Platonic. If you've seen that, it's really
Well,
funny.
I don't know
dude.
if I have seen that.
You should check that one out. It's got Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, and it's Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen. You know, the same guys that did Superbad and all those other
Yeah,
ones. So you'll see, since it's an Apple show, and they do this in a lot of them, they're all using iPads, they all use iPhones, but
Yeah.
it's not like they're blatant about it. You know, come on, Amazon, you gotta be a little subtle about
Yeah,
it.
come on, guys.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But other than that, dude, it was a really good weekend. We epic concert. Yeah,
Nice.
good times. Yeah. What about you?
That's cool.
So tell me about the Savannah Bananas.
It was pretty good, man. It was a fun time. It was like a party the whole time. Downtown was nuts. I guess people were showing up like 3 hours early.
Wow.
Totally sold out. It was just like a big party, man. It was pretty cool.
Sweet.
It definitely is a little bit more geared toward the feminine side of things.
Wow.
There's a lot of guys dancing with their baseball jerseys like open.
Okay.
And they're very in shape.
Oh, so
Yeah.
kind of like a Magic Mike baseball thing.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far. It's not like strip clubby. I mean, the guy who was dancing the most provocatively was the short, chubby umpire.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
That's
he was
good.
like twerking and stuff.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty wild. I don't know. Like it's like the Harlem Globetrotters. I think it is just what it is.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of like a thing. Like I was trying to like get into like the scoring of it, but then at the end of the day, I was like, none of it matters.
None.
So I was like,
It's
why do
just
I
silly.
even care? I was like trying to explain to Meryl at one point like how it was working, because like they don't. It's not off of runs. You get a point per inning. And it doesn't. You just have to score more runs. It doesn't matter how many runs you score. You just get a point per inning.
All right.
So yeah, there was like confusing stuff going on, but that guy is a genius. I'll say that the guy who started it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean what he's done is insane.
It's
like what he did to get it on ESPN was crazy, but now that they're touring, it's like whoa,
Well,
dude.
you know, we did them. I think the Daily Dose of Excellence, like when we first started back
Yeah.
at 2 houses ago,
Mm-hmm.
and you look at where they're at now.
Yeah, that was just them. I think they just got featured. They had the 30 for 30 or something on them.
Yeah.
And then they showed one game.
I mean, they've blown up.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
you think
on
about it, we were
ESPN.
ahead of the game covering him,
Yeah.
and now look at where they're at.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
They need to get on it. I did. They're heavily sponsored, speaking of product placement, by Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, cool.
And I made Meryl extremely uncomfortable because there was like where we walked out. We had pretty rad seats. They were down on like the third base side, first level, like in between home and third. We were a little closer to home. But so we walked out like the main like front area, like on 20th and Blake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing my voice.
I was gonna say, did you do a lot of screaming there or what?
Yeah, sure. No, and then practice last night. I don't know, something's
yeah.
going on in my throat. But there was like 3 or 4 there's like 3 gates like right there on that one like tip of Coors, and they were handing out $5 Dunkin' Donuts gift cards. And I got like $40 worth of them just walking to each different person.
Dude, Dunkin's
good,
man.
And then I took off my vest and like walked up and like got a couple more.
That's one of my favorite Family Guy things. When he goes to like Costco to get samples, and he just like he thinks that he needs to like use a disguise, and he goes up and he looks different every time. Just take your vest off. They're not gonna know.
Yeah, well, I mean, they probably recognize me either way. Like, hey, there's that chubby tattooed guy again. But yeah,
that's cool, man.
It was pretty fun. Definitely, I think it's worth going one time, to go see it. I can't believe what the tickets were going for on the secondary market, dude. Like $200.
Wow.
And
Dude,
they were
that's
60.
crazy.
We paid $60 for ours, which I'm like, that's
worth it.
That's worth it.
I mean, that's a good
for the
time.
experience.
Yep.
They do play a bunch of like songs and stuff, and like everybody's singing and shit. And I guess like Saturday night they had Vinny Castilla and Ubaldo Jimenez come out, which is pretty cool. Thankfully, they didn't suffer the same fate as Mariano Rivera. Did you see that?
No, what happened?
In the I forget what they call it. It's not like the Hall of Fame game, but it's like the
the Yankees when they did their. I know what you're saying, because Johnny Damon was out there and stuff.
Yeah, it's like all the old timers come back.
Yep.
And Mariano Rivera was sitting out in center field, and he went to go catch a pop-up. Same thing as most of the guys in the NBA. You see him plant his back foot and go to step, and just, poof, there goes his Achilles. Popped his Achilles.
Oh, my
dude.
God. What is the deal,
That
man?
sucks,
Achilles
man.
is like the curse this year.
Well, it's one thing. He's like 45 years old.
Yeah.
So that, I'm like, okay. I get that.
Yeah.
But all these young guys, it's getting to be a
Well,
little
and
bit
it
weird.
happened to one of your DNs.
I think Matt Hegseth.
That's what
or something like that.
Yep.
He's like,
I know he's like super low in the
but
depth
it
chart.
still sucks.
Another Achilles, yep.
Yeah, another damn Achilles, man.
Yeah.
But other than that, what else we did? Oh, I did watch the first episode of Hard Knocks. I'm sure you'll be really entertained by this year with the Bills. and
Yeah, I
everything.
watched it
Did
too.
you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it, man.
It's pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, Hard Knocks. It's hard not to like watch it. And get into
even with
it.
the Bills,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, where I'm like, can they just show Steinfeld?
Yeah,
I always mess it up.
Combined them.
But yeah.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, like show her.
Just have her the whole time.
Yeah,
I heard there was a funny thing about all the guys, like they refused to go watch Centers in the locker room because of the crazy sex scene in it.
Out of respect for him.
We're banding together, man. One for all and all for one.
That movie was pretty nuts, but yeah, it was kind of crazy. It's insane to see what they're doing to that stadium. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, watching him walk in there and just being like, "Whoa, dude, that thing is massive."
Well, it makes sense too because of like how windy it is in Buffalo. It seems like where the ground's level outside the stadium, they really dug kind of down deep because
it's like you almost gotta walk down.
Do you know when you go to like CU, that's like really what it's like, because like when you go down to the field, you're like 30 or 30 feet down below. So it's a really smart way to do it.
Yeah, and then like when they were talking about like, no wind comes in here. Like it'll be blowing like 40 miles per hour and you won't feel anything down here. Which I'm also like, that kind of is a little bit of your, home field advantage.
I know.
Like also, I mean, you got to deal with it.
Well,
too,
that's what I
but-
thought about like Kansas City, how they might be, trying to get either a dome or like a different, like a renovating to get something on top. Like no, man. I mean, look, I'll never forget when the Dolphins came there when it was like minus 20.
Yeah, they
were
fell apart.
frigid. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, but
cool.
yeah. Then Saturday, I just hung out most of the day. Took it easy. Merrill had a bunch of stuff going on, and I just been watching a lot of No Reservations, which we've talked about. Yeah,
Sweet.
been watching.
So it's probably making you hungry, huh?
A little bit, yeah. I just watched the one when he went to Beirut, and like the war started there when they were there, which was wild. Like day one, like we had lunch and then we left, and then like literally they killed some Israeli soldiers, and like war broke out. And I was like, and then like the whole thing was like the Israeli army bombed the main airport, so they were stuck there.
Jeez,
and then they had to get on like one of those like old school, like what you saw in Saving Private Ryan, those old school like troop carrier ships.
Okay,
where they pull up and the front lowers down and all the guys are just standing in there.
Yeah,
they all loaded onto one of those and got taken to a aircraft carrier and then taken back to the United States. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I've been into that stuff a bunch recently. You know me, weird.
Well, we need to watch his movie Roadrunner, that documentary about him. I think that'd be really cool.
Oh yeah,
we should try to do like a movie review. One of these, I'll watch that. I always keep forgetting about it because that was like the one that like put out in theaters like about a year and a half or 2 years ago.
Died.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyways, R.I.P. But let's get into a little bit of the NFL headlines here before we get Dhruv on, and let us do it right now. We got headlines coming at you. Headlines, get your headlines.
Are you ready for some football?
It's football, bro.
It's football, bro. Well, it's happened. I think Chucky might be coming back.
I think so, man. He was really, what's the right word? He was kind of really screwed over by Roger Goodell in the NFL.
By everybody, kind of, really.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool that it's kind of coming out. One thing that's pretty sweet, a little digression a little bit. You know how he does those unboxing videos?
Yeah.
Pitt State, the Division II school, about 30 minutes away from my hometown, sent him a box, and he did an unboxing video from them. It's pretty awesome. Like, they're the winningest program in Division II program football history.
That's pretty wild.
Yep.
Yeah, he's definitely got a thing going on the interwebs.
Yeah, Barstool's really helped him.
Yeah, even before that, he was doing some sort of, I think he was just doing film breakdown.
Yeah,
and he had these crazy cut scenes of him like getting really amped up, and it was like almost awkward.
He's just a very peculiar character.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a little bit of this right here.
Don't grab jerseys. Don't do it. These are my toys. These are our toys. These are our friends. Knock on wood if you're with me. Take that sound with you. Boof! They don't seem to
Tuesday.
like it. Let's pound the ball right up there. Knock on wood if you're with me, man.
Tuesday, they had a ruling in Nevada that has gone in his favor, as now they found basically that. What was it? Oh, so they're not saying that the NFL leaked the emails yet, but what they are saying is that the decision to force the complaint, or Gruden's complaint, into a closed-door arbitration proceedings overseen by Goodell, the target of Gruden's civil lawsuit, was unconscionable. So now it is going to go to court, although the NFL did petition the Nevada Supreme Court for a rehearing. We'll see if that fails. I don't think it's going to.
Yeah.
It does kind of sound like this is going to turn into a pretty juicy story moving forward, because all of the what they've tried to keep a closed door on, all of the evidence is going to come out.
Yeah.
And he probably did. I don't think he's ever declined or said that, he didn't send those emails.
But the problem is, like, who also said those things, and they didn't.
I bet
ever...
there was other people responding back with the same sentiments that he was.
But they wanted Gruden out. They singled him out.
Yeah, they really did. And they made kind of a martyr out of him, so to speak, for I'm trying to remember what the big thing was that year. I feel like the NFL was dealing with something. And
it was almost like a PC kind of thing where they just kind of wanted to look a little better.
Yeah. So he basically said the league's actions disrupted the whole season. We were leading the division at the time, and they completely blindsided me and my team. What happened wasn't right, and I'm glad the court didn't let the NFL cover it up. This comes a day after the Nevada Supreme Court sided with him in this lawsuit, alleging the NFL leaked emails to the media before he was forced to resign. So this is going to get worse, I think, before it gets better for the NFL. This is exactly the type of thing they don't like. And now with this whole NFLPA arbitration thing, it's not looking good for Mr. Goodell and all the owners.
The NFL is in some hot water.
They're always up to some sneaky things.
They're always
little sneaky.
Shiesty.
A little shiesty. So yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with this, because I do think it is going to get ugly.
I think so too, because it seems like there's a lot of momentum, and when it came out, we all thought like, oh, it was Gruden that got screwed over, but like everybody was also like, why is it just him?
Yeah.
And so
yeah, you can't sit here and say he's the only one. Yeah. Out of
use
everybody, he's that
derogatory
bad. Yeah.
words and everything. It's insane.
But
yeah, and some injury news. We got a few here. Tajay Spears for the Titans, their lead running back. I guess he'd be their second. They also have Tony Pollard, but I think Tajay Spears is kind of more stepping into the RB1 role. Injured his ankle. He's going to be out the rest of the preseason. Should be ready for week 1, but we shall see. I think he rolled it or kind of sprained his ankle.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We're going to have a lot of that stuff coming up here as we get further into joint practices and, the preseason games as they move on. Another one, Jordan Love, speaking of preseason games, tore a ligament in his left thumb. That is his non-throwing hand, so he should be good to go regardless. But they're saying he will be ready after having surgery for week 1.
Yes. All right. And then the Steelers, Cam Hayward, hints at sitting out into the season over a contract dispute.
Yeah, and the interesting thing I heard about this was, I guess when they initially came up with this extension that he's on, he said, we will come back and we'll have we'll rediscuss when I get another all-pro season. And everybody kind of laughed, because he's old.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. And lo and behold, he was an all-pro last year. So now he wants money and he wants to get paid, and he's probably going to sit out I don't know. With Aaron Rodgers back there, I don't know if they're going to let him sit out.
Well,
we'll see.
I mean, it's up to him.
He'll
lose out on money.
Yeah, they've got to get everybody going.
He was the one too that had made the statement "What are we doing? What are we doing trying to bring in Aaron Rodgers?" And it was like, wow, this is going to be awkward if Aaron Rodgers does show up, and then here we have it.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers does show up,
and he's sitting out.
There. So,
but yeah, when you go into it like this, where it looks like you're going to try and win it right now, because obviously Rodgers isn't in it for the long haul. Maybe a year, maybe 2, if he's lucky, and you got to have everybody on deck, and it'll be interesting. To
one
see
of the most
this go through
viral clips right now for NFL memes is the one of him doing the cone drill. And it's get this man a wheelchair, because there's an assistant coach that's kind of
he's
subtly playing a DN just to kind of bother him, and Aaron Rodgers is moving so slow. I mean, it's damn, this is gonna be bad this year.
Yeah, no, it probably will be.
Yeah.
We shall see. I think they're going to be running the ball a lot, which we'll get into here with our fantasy sleepers. I don't know if we want to get into that right now, do we?
Let's see. 6. I bet we could probably cover it real quick.
Okay, let's go for it.
I don't think we need to really dive into each one of them. I just want to list them.
Okay.
Yep. But we do this every year. This is our 3rd year going. This is basically our 3rd season going into this podcast, and each year we've done this. Some of them have hit, some of them haven't.
I've had some good ones.
I've had some complete misses as well. So my first one will be one that Chris will like, because it's Evan Ingram. I've had him the last 2 years when he was on the Jags, and I'm naming him as my number 1 fantasy sleeper, because when you look at what Sean Payton did with Jimmy Graham on the Saints, he turned that guy into a superstar. He really loves to use the play action and utilize the tight ends going across the field.
Yep.
They didn't really have a good one last year. It was
We had 3 of them.
3 of them, and I can't
Yeah.
even remember their names.
Yeah.
Dulcich or something?
Dulcich
Yep.
wasn't on the team last year. They released him
That's
halfway
right.
through.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Now I can't even think of them.
Because they really,
sucked.
They didn't have a good
I
tight
think
end.
as a whole, they had like 70 catches total. Like, it was ridiculous.
I mean, but a tight end is your safety blanket, and I think Bo Nix is a gunslinger, but if you can move the chains by just throwing 10, 15 yards to your tight end, that is going to really help out the offense. So
yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to it. This is the first thing in terms of a tight end we've had since they drafted Noah Fant, and he didn't turn out to be anything. No. And the other one would be Julius Thomas, and he isn't Julius Thomas. He's more of a bigger wide receiver. Julius Thomas was just a big body.
More like a Darren Waller, but not as good as Darren Waller.
Yeah, so interested to see. Main thing, health, definitely going to be a big thing for him.
He's always kind of had he's always had to sit out at least a few games. But I'll get into my number 2, Emeka Egbuka. This guy was a superstar for Ohio State, and then the stock rising out of Tampa Bay training camp is outstanding.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things.
Baker Mayfield was on new heights, and he just had nothing but glowing things to say about him. The real thing that really stood out to me when he said that he has one of the best burst off the line that he's ever seen, and how he's picking up the offense. And then you could look, Chris Godwin's going to be out for at least maybe the first 6 to 8 weeks. And that's my estimate. I could be wrong, but I really think he's going to jump in there and probably take that number 2 spot.
Yeah.
Yep. And then number 3, Josh Palmer. As we've seen from, we might just have to be able to just cover mine, and then we'll come back to
that's
yours.
fine.
Just Josh Palmer for the Bills. I totally forgot that he went to the Bills until I was watching Hard Knocks. But
thank you, Hard Knocks.
Yeah, the dude was pretty good for the Chargers, but their offense has just always been so up and down. They never had much of an identity. But you look what Joe Brady does with that offense and Josh Allen. I mean, it's just like it's lightning in a bottle every year. And I think Josh Palmer,
except for the playoffs.
Yeah, seriously, every time
they're gonna do it one time.
Don't roll to the right on 4th and 5.
Yeah.
But Josh Palmer, then you got Khalil Shakir. It's going to be, I think, a really nasty offense there. Then number 4, this is a guy, when I'm mocking, I don't know how he is falling this far. It all depends on Sam Darnold, if he can actually have as decent a year as he had last year in Minnesota. I think it's possible, but the main thing, even more so than Sam Darnold, I think Cooper Kupp is really going to be trying to prove that he's still got it. I mean, this is a guy that just won a Triple Crown just 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was 3 years ago. I know he had an ACL surgery, but I think he's really going to be trying to prove a lot of people wrong. I am drafting him in a lot of my mocks. And then number 5, Justin Fields. I don't think he's going to lead his team to a lot of wins, but I think he's going to also be trying to, get that monkey off of his back, and I think he's going to be doing that by scrambling a lot and just putting up a lot of fantasy points. I don't think, like I said, it's going to equate to wins.
Yeah,
but it will be fantasy points.
He did have that really good scramble in that preseason game
That's
where he ran
in
for a touchdown. I do think you're going to see a lot of stuff with that. He does run the hell out of the ball, but it is also scary. He does get hurt running the ball.
Yeah,
but I do think the Jets are going to do more with him than he was allowed to do in Chicago.
Yeah, and I like their coach, man.
Yeah.
God damn it. Dude from why am I brain fart on the Lions last year, defensive coordinator.
Isn't it Aaron something? No.
Aaron Glenn, yes.
Aaron
Thank
Glenn.
you. Good call. Yeah.
I almost said Judge, and I was like, that is wrong.
Dan Hanzus from the call, big Jets fan. He, from the reports out of the Jets camp, is the discipline and the drills and how hard Jets camp is. I guess it is light years beyond what it's been in the past, and that's like with Robert Saleh and everything. So,
yeah,
that's what they need there.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully it works out.
Please give the Bills some competition.
Yes. All right, let's call Dhruv right now. Well, we've got we'll just go ahead and call. It's been a while since we've done this.
Yeah, it has been. Probably sitting in the parking lot right now.
Hello, this is Dhruv.
Dhruv, what's up, man? You are with the Fringe Fanatics Sports Podcast. I'm Chris Zane.
And I'm Chad Lee, man. Thanks for hopping on with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we have never had a Bears insider on. I know you're real short on time, so we'll get right to it, man. I want to know, first off, have you seen an influence in the offensive wizardry of Ben Johnson in the team so far, at least from training camp and the first preseason game?
Oh, undoubtedly. I mean, I think the level of detail that is prevalent in the way, he's installing the scheme, in the way everyone's focused on lining up, doing the motions, pre-snap cadence, post-snap cadence, doing it again. I mean, I know the story of him pulling the first team off the field in the first practice has gone viral, but that's the kind of stuff that just didn't exist before. The accountability, the level of detail. I mean, all that stuff is so it feels basic for a coaching staff to do that, but it's amazing that he's doing it and the team is responding really well. So that's step number one. I think step number two, I think there's a lot of the obvious pieces that, go into making the scheme what it is, making different things look the same and the same things look different, condensed formations, using more parts of the field, motion, all that kind of stuff. All of that is so important in today's NFL, and it's great that he's kind of installing this stuff and bringing these ideas to Chicago and, marrying a little bit more or trying to get Caleb Williams to get better at things like under center play action and, just expanding the volume of things that defenses have to account for. All of that has been, a pleasure to see. And it's cool to see Caleb and Tyson Bagent and Case Keenum and all these quarterbacks kind of apply it, as we go. So that part's been fun.
That's good.
Yeah, no, that's definitely good. I mean, obviously a lot of stuff is hinging on the offense this year. The Bears did make some pretty significant changes to the offensive line as well. But, I mean, have they kind of figured out who's going to be starting at left tackle?
No, I think that's still open competition. I think Declan Doyle, the offensive coordinator, just, recently talked about that. And, the sense is there's a little bit of growing distance probably. And he didn't hint who, but my guess is it's probably Ozzy Trapillo just because of some of the favoritism that he's gotten in training camp reps and the number of reps with the first team offense. And the fact that Braxton Jones isn't still, fully healthy. I think, he's still recovering from his off-season surgery, still gaining the strength back in that left leg. I mean, his legs look different sizes, so it's very much still an issue with Braxton Jones, who, by the way, he's been a more than fine starting left tackle in the NFL, and I would have no issue with him resuming his role. But I think this staff, they've said we want the best pass protector. That's going to be the number one thing that they're going to look for in the winner of this competition. And I'd say they've been pretty even. I know Karan Amagaji was part of the rotation, early in camp, and he's gotten hurt, so he's probably fallen out of the race. But between Braxton Jones and Ozzy Trapillo, they're probably still neck and neck, even though the coaching staff is saying there's probably a little bit of distance forming. I would think if you're talking about Brian Flores' scheme on week 1 Monday Night Football, I probably want the veteran, and I would probably roll with Braxton Jones, someone who's done it, especially against that scheme and that defensive line. But we'll see.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. And you got Joe Tooney there, who was with my Chiefs. I think that vet, I mean, I know he's getting kind of up there, but I think he's going to be a real step in the right direction to shore up that offensive line. But,
absolutely. I mean, you have the whole interior that's been reworked in the matter of an off season, and you have 3 legitimate players at each position now. So that's going to do wonders.
That's good, man. I think I'd like to see that. I mean, here's the thing, though. How long has it been since the Bears have had a 4,000-yard passer? Decades, right?
Forever.
Yeah, that's what
forever.
No, I'm not trying to rub it in. I'm trying to figure it out, and I want to know: do you think this is the year Caleb, they'll have Caleb Williams throw over 4,000?
I know this has become some kind of barometer of success, and to some extent, maybe it is in today's NFL, but. I would probably hesitate saying he will. I mean, you look at some of the most powerful, potent offenses last year, the Commanders, Jaden Daniels only threw for like 3,600, 3,800 yards. A lot of the other offenses with powerful quarterbacks, they didn't, not a lot of them crossed 4,000. I think there were only like 4 or 5 quarterbacks that crossed 4,000 last year. So, it's probably going to be tough for Caleb to do it, especially first year of the offense. Second, they want to be a running football team, so it may be difficult to get to 4,000, but I mean, then again, he only needs to average 37 more passing yards per game to cross that mark. So, does he do it? Possibly. I don't think he will, just because I think the emphasis will be on the run game, and I think that's kind of how Ben Johnson will choose to attack this year as Caleb matures. But that isn't to say he can't have a successful and hopefully kind of show us why he was taken number 1 overall.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to definitely see him take that step this year, and with all the new help, especially at the offensive line, it's definitely going to be beneficial for him finally succeeding and realizing his potential that everybody first saw in him when he was drafted. Moving to the defensive side of things real quick, what's everybody feeling about Dennis Allen and the new defensive scheme that he's kind of running this year? I know Dennis Allen's been here with the Broncos, the Raiders, the Saints, and he's been hit or miss places, but his defenses have always been pretty good. How's everybody with the Bears feeling about it?
Oh, yeah. I can't let his head coaching tenure cloud his defensive coordinating prowess. I mean, the dude is awesome. It seems like the players absolutely love him. The defensive line, the cornerbacks especially, they get to play a little bit more attacking. And frankly, it's probably a better fit for this collection of cornerbacks. I mean, Tyreek Stevenson is a man cover corner. Jalen Johnson, I mean, he's an everything corner, but he will do really well in man coverage. Charles Smith, can play man coverage. Deshaun Wright, a man coverage corner. So you have a lot of, and Kyler Gordon, does really well in man coverage as well. So you have a lot of good man coverage players in that secondary. And then you have, a defensive line that likes to get after it. And I've been more impressed with them than I expected. I thought maybe, I like Dio Dengbo as an addition, especially as one of those like ascending second contract players who has something to prove. Big body type, fits Dennis Allen's mold. I'm very excited about Javon Dexter in year 3 in a defense like this, not asking him to be a penetrating 3-tech, but rather having him play more of that sort of nose-ish position, a better fit for him. Grady Jarrett, I'm very excited about it. So overall, I think he's a great fit. I think his aggressiveness will probably lead to some big plays given up in times where they're being aggressive and there's a busted coverage here and there. But I think the volatility with which, they might influence other offenses and maybe even get an extra possession or two, or at least quicker possessions back to the offense, if that makes sense. So,
yeah.
Historically, Matt Eberflus was let, 17 play drives and then finally they stall in the red zone, so they give up 3 points. But the defense has been on the field for 17 plays. I would expect Dennis Allen, gets a lot more 3 and outs and things like that, where the offense gets the chance to go back on the field. And if they're actually good, then that means, better things for the Bears. So I'm excited to see some of that play out.
I can imagine. And also with Colston Loveland, man, I was pretty stoked that you guys got him. That guy was a stud at Michigan. I'm sure you guys are very excited to see what he can do, especially behind a guy like Cole Kmet that was just like a touchdown machine last year. How's that been looking in camp? Has he kind of been blending in a little bit?
So good, man. So good. Already, like, he's obviously recovering from his shoulder surgery, but he stepped in as soon as he got back on the field. It was like, oh my God, that guy is phenomenal. Like Luther Burden, kind of the same deal. Like as soon as he finally got going back from his hamstring injury, kind of figured out a little bit of the offense a little bit more, he's been phenomenal. So I'm very, very, very excited about both of those guys. And they're not even starters. Like Luther Burden's going to be, competing for wide receiver 3 snaps with Olamide Zaccheaus, who is like a pro's pro, really, really dependable receiver. It has been for years. Colston Loveland is going to be tight end 2. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point he eclipses Cole Kmet, but that's not a knock on Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet's a really good tight end, a better than average tight end. And so you have 2 of those guys now. Just there's a lot of weapons in this room. So I'm excited to see how Ben Johnson deploys them. He'll probably use them the right way, which is half the battle, not like Keenan Allen running streaks last year, which is nuts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about all that. But yeah, these two rookies, especially Loveland and Burden, have been really impressive.
That's good. I really want to see Burden do well out of Missouri. That's hits close to home, so he's got a good story. Really want to see him succeed. But go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I was just gonna say, man. I was gonna let you end on this, and then we'll let you tell everybody where we can find you and all that jazz. And just the Bears obviously underachieved last year. They're 5-12. They're in a pretty tough division, though. Unfortunately, what do you feel this year is a realistic, win mark for them?
Yeah, there's a lot of caveats here, right? I mean, first year coaching staff, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, all that is known. At the end of the day, if Caleb Williams, takes off, the sky is the limit for this team. But if Caleb Williams doesn't take off, I do feel like the floor has risen with a guy like Ben Johnson calling plays and scheming and coaching this team up in a way that it didn't exist before. Like, last year when, the offense was struggling, nobody could do anything right. They were all over the place on details, missing assignments. Nobody knew what to do. And the team was in dire shape. Someone like Ben Johnson coming in, like, even if you have mediocre to poor quarterback play, and I mean, look, I know Jared Goff is a great story. Jared Goff is not an elite quarterback. He has been absolutely maximized to the brim based on what Ben Johnson was able to do with that offense. But and it was one of the best offenses in the league, some of the best that we've ever seen. So, even if Caleb is a mediocre to poor quarterback, someone like Ben Johnson coaching the rest of this team, the running game, the offensive line, everybody doing their jobs properly, along with the skill, talent, I still think the floor with this team is fairly high. So if the worst case happens with Caleb, I still think this can be, a 6 to 7 win team, an improvement from last year. And that's with the Caleb, going up in flames. If Caleb is, shows improvement and is at least a steady, decent quarterback, even a good quarterback, I think this team can make the playoffs and compete in the NFC. Because I have that much faith in the rest of the rest of the roster and the rest of the coaching staff. And if Caleb takes off, then I mean, we kind of rewrite the rules of what's possible. So my expectation is probably in the mediocre range. I'm not quite as I like Caleb Williams. Don't get me wrong. I really do. I think his talent is undeniable, and he has a much higher floor than someone like Justin Fields did. But I do think there's more I want to see from him on a consistent basis that will help me at least achieve his possible high floor, because his ceiling is astronomical. So I'm going to go with the mediocre case here that he becomes a functional to good starting quarterback this year. And I would say the Bears are probably in that 9-8, maybe 10-7 if things break right range, because of this coaching staff almost entirely.
I mean, I think that's pretty fair. It definitely feels like, the Eberflus experiment was a failed one, and especially, when it came to Caleb Williams last year, you just got to hope that maybe he didn't rub off on him too much and, I guess kind of negatively impact his growth as a quarterback. But I do feel like this team is significantly better than it was last year as a whole, top to bottom. And I think having the right head coach at the helm is definitely going to help you guys at least, be a 500 team, if not better.
That's the hope. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, we know you need to get going. You gotta.
I do want to ask real quick though, man. Sorry, Chris. We saw that you do cover the Bulls and the Cubs, so we cover pretty much all sports, and we'll get into the NBA once that season starts up. Just kind of wondering if you're available and open to it. Maybe we could pick your brain about the Chicago Bulls later in the season.
Let's do it. Yeah, happy to do it. My my enthusiasm about the Bulls is certainly doesn't match, that the way it does with the Bears. So we'll see. But no, I'm happy to jump on at any time and talk.
Of course,
cool.
Man.
Let everybody know where we can find you, and then we'll let you get out of here and go enjoy dinner, man.
No, I appreciate you guys. So writing for sportsmockery.com, we cover Chicago sports. We also have a sister site in Las Vegas. as well. But write for the Chicago site Sports Mockery, and you can find me on X at Dhruv Khoul, DhruvKoul. Full of NFL analysis during the season and a bunch of sarcastic takes and fun stuff like that. Otherwise, so yeah, appreciate you
Awesome,
guys.
man.
Fantastic. We really appreciate it, man.
Yes, thank you for your time, and have a great night, and we'll be in touch.
You bet. Take care.
Thanks,
See
Drew.
ya.
Bye.
Bye.
I forgot about that sound. Yes,
Cool.
we haven't had a phone interview in a while, switching it up.
Yeah,
It's kind of
good.
fun.
Yep.
But yeah, Dhruv Khoul, go check him out. He seems to know his stuff. And like I was going through his Twitter, he does post some pretty good memes and stuff. So go give him a follow and a like, and we will hopefully have him on for the Bulls here in a bit.
That would be good. That pretty much, we got one left of the
Who
NFC
is
North. And we just need to get a Lions insider on, and we almost had that guy on, but I think we got him scheduled later this month. Right there before the
We've
season.
got Giants. Did we have the Saints?
No, we don't have any Saints guy on yet. The NFC West is the one that we're empty on, pretty much.
Yeah.
We've only had on Jess Root, but that's pretty much we're getting real close to getting every team.
Yeah, we're almost there.
I need to fill in the one for the Dolphins because we did have that.
And
guy
we
on.
had a Giants guy too, I just noticed. So
we did.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So, but we're getting there. One from every team, and we didn't even think anybody would want to talk to us, and look at us go.
Yep, getting the whole
Look at
league.
the whole gamut.
Yep.
Look at us go. All right, we're gonna play some. Do you want me to hit that?
Yeah, no. Hit. Tell me your top 5 sleepers.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get into it real quick. I forgot to add one, but I already know who it is. It's
Sweet.
It's gonna parlay off of one of yours. It took everything in me not to. I was going to put Cortland Sutton on here.
Dude, I don't know why you didn't. I saw him on some of the lists.
I didn't want to go too homerish, you know what I mean? So the first one I picked is going to be Mr. Jaden Higgins. We talked about him when it was coming to those second-round picks getting guaranteed money. I believe he was one of the
for the Texans, right?
Yeah. So with Stephon Diggs leaving, obviously Tank Dell, nobody knows after his horrible injury in December when he's actually going to be back. And with the Titans picking Jaden Higgins, 34th overall, he's going to get a pretty significant workload. And with Nico Collins on the other side, probably going to get another 1,000-yard season. I think he's going to get a lot of looks here in the beginning of the season that are going to lead to some pretty good fantasy points opposite Nico Collins. So that was my number one. And people are saying he could be available like the 12th.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be
definitely on the board.
Be there for you to snag at any given time. My second one is going to be Mr. Michael Penix Jr. It's kind of hard with the QBs because there's so few of them. You know what I mean? But the reason I'm picking Michael Penix, and I think, obviously his last few games that he played in were pretty good. Let's see, from weeks 10 to 15, they did lose 4 games. Their one win was a 15-9 win over Las Vegas. But in those games, Penix completed 18 of 27 passes for 202 yards in a blowout victory over the Giants. Threw for 19 of 35 for 223 yards and a touchdown in an overtime loss against the against the Commanders. But I do think his ability to throw the ball downfield is going to scare a lot of defenses, even though I know it is getting harder to do that. It is going to open up the middle of the field for him. And he is, I think, has one of the better arms in the league and just the way he throws the ball. If you look at his deep balls, he's got a really pretty deep ball. Might even be better than Russell Wilson.
Dude, when I watched him a lot at Washington, and he is so accurate with his tosses, man.
Obviously, the thing with him, significant injury history, but he's remained healthy. I do think that, they are going to run the ball quite a bit with Bijan Robinson, and that's going to open up some stuff for him as well to make some of those chunk plays on the over-the-middle stuff once they soften the defense with Bijan Robinson, which I think he said we're saying his name wrong.
Yeah, but then he also did a deal with Dijon, like the mustard, because it sounded like it. So he leaned into it, but then he walked it back. So it's like, make up your mind.
What do you want us to call you?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Michael Penix Jr., I do think, obviously, through the top 10 quarterbacks, he's going to be sitting there. I think he'd be a good guy to stash and let him see how he's going to germinate over the season, grow, if you will. My third is going to be Mr. Caleb Johnson, and he is a running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It seems like he's going to be kind of their 1 through 3 down back, basically, and he is sorry, my throat. While this rookie running back class was loaded with a lot of talent, I think they got a pretty good guy here in Caleb Johnson. It looks like his skill set is going to get him the majority of the carries out of the backfield, as Jalen Warren is probably going to be more of the third down guy. And with, like we talked about, Aaron Rodgers being back there, they're probably going to be running the ball quite a bit.
Yeah. I would imagine so.
I think they're going to lean heavy on the run to kind of take a lot of pressure off of Rodgers and keep him upright, hopefully. So I do think Caleb Johnson will be there for you in the later rounds, of course. And then my fourth one is going to be Mr. Hunter Henry. I think moving into his second season with Drake May, in the 10 games he did play with May last season, he led the team in targets, receiving yards, and receptions.
Wow.
And the always valuable end zone targets. He managed a career high 97 targets in 2024, and the return of Mr. Josh McDaniels back to the homeland.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels has returned. He coached Henry in 2021, and that could provide an even bigger boost because with that season under McDaniels, Henry posted career highs in red zone targets at 17 and touchdowns at 9. So he could be a red zone scoring machine this year. So I would definitely look for him once, because the tight ends go quick. It's like the top 5, and then there's a huge fall off after that, and you're just scrounging for people. So
it's good to have a good backup tight end.
Yeah, a good backup tight end, and just maybe get a couple of them because they're going to get hurt. And my last one is piggybacking off of yours a little bit. And I'll tell you why. It is... Oh, I just lost it. I clicked the wrong one away. Hold on. Oh, man. I lost it. Hold on, Jags. It's the Jags tight end.
Oh, Brenton Strange.
Brenton Strange, yes. Brenton Strange with... sorry.
Trevor Lawrence.
Throat. No, with Trevor Lawrence, well, he should be having a better year this year, especially with Liam Cohen being there. The offense is going to be better.
Yeah.
And then with Evan Ingram leaving, who was the second leader in targets last year, I do think he's going to get a much bigger chance in this offense. He is now going to be the starter. He was drafted in the second round, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. And now he's going to get his chance to be the full-time starter, I think, in Liam Cohen's offense. He is definitely going to try and use that tight end some, as that is now what everybody does in offense.
Well,
you got to have a good tight end.
It's like what I was saying about Evan Ingram, man. Trevor Lawrence really loves to throw to his tight ends. And if Strange can be just as good as Evan Ingram, then he's going to get a lot of targets.
Yep, a lot of targets, maybe a lot of points. So another one to think about. That is our top 5 fantasy sleepers there. We greatly appreciate it.
Write them down.
Yeah, write them down. And
pay attention.
Tell us how wrong we were in about 8 or 9 weeks. When it's like, all those guys suck.
They all got hurt.
Yeah, they're not even playing, idiots. So yeah, tell us how dumb we are, please. Interact with us. We greatly appreciate it. So let us move into the music break. The name of this band is The Bites. The name of the song is Heather Leather, and it is off of their first full-length album, Squeeze. Check it out.
Hungover, hair in the dog.
Is that it?
Yeah, Heather Leather. I could do like the Wolfman Jack with my voice right now. Hey, everybody,
92.5.
Wolfman Jack. Hey, that was the Bites with Heather Leather off the album Squeeze.
I always love it after
Yeah.
Chiefs games when I get like make my voice hurt.
Yeah.
Then it sounds so
Yeah,
cool.
just
Like
get
this.
down in there. So yeah, well, there's not too much to talk about really. There's a few things that we're just gonna hit real quick. We're gonna talk about some UFC, and then we're gonna hit the DDOE, and then we gonna get on out of here. So let's get into a little bit of going hard in the paint here.
Do it.
Right side to Scott. Slam dunk. 4 seconds. 3 seconds left. Why they not fouling? Jumper Murray. Denver bounce.
Pump fake for two. Kobe's got the Laker record. 81-point game. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
T. Come on. I'm burning. Oh, he's a burn.
Yes. So the NBA scriptwriters are in their bag because they are going to make Kevin Durant sit in Oklahoma City's arena as they get their rings and hang their banner.
That is
Pretty cold-blooded.
yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yep. So it will be Houston at Oklahoma City opening night on October 21st, a Tuesday. They're smart and not making it Monday Night Football at 7:30 Eastern. And then to piggyback off that, Golden State at Los Angeles Lakers at 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
classic Steph versus LeBron game.
Yeah, and then they're having like a whole nother tip-off thing with the 2 opening week doubleheaders. We got Cleveland, New York. This is on October 22nd with the Mavericks and San Antonio at 9:30. And then the following day, they're going to have the Thunder at the Pacers in an NBA Finals rematch. And then the Nuggets will be taking on the Warriors at, 8:30, or 10 p.m. it says
Yeah.
here. So 8 o'clock here.
So 8 o'clock
8:30 tip-off probably.
Pretty much, yeah.
But then this is the real big bummer. Me and Chad were just discussing it because they're trying. They want us to have a bad Christmas, I think, and it's the NBA and the NFL together. There's
Yeah.
too much sports on Christmas.
I think the NBA just needs to concede and be like, all right, you've taken over. We'll take
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. We'll maybe take New Year's Day or something.
Yeah, they need-
college football owns
this is
that
the
day.
problem. They need to work together.
They do. Because this is annoying. Because Chris knows we have Chiefs versus Broncos on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
think
and
it's,
it's the night game. It's at 6 o'clock.
And is that a Netflix game or no? It's a
Oh, it might be. I can't remember.
I
if
can't
the
remember
Christmas
if it is or
games.
not.
Let's see.
But yeah. Then we got Denver at Minnesota, the team that Denver just can't beat, at 7:30 Eastern, pretty much starting at halftime of the football game. So screw you, Adam Silver.
Yeah, they don't like us, so now we have to worry about being stressed. And
don't like
one
your
of us is going to be upset. That's the problem. See, well, at least with the Nuggets, we'll both be upset or we'll both be happy. But there's the game before that one of us is going to be sad.
Yeah. So I mean, you could have the Broncos win and you could have the Nuggets win, and you could both be happy, or vice versa. So
Yeah, it could just be sad.
yeah, one of us, I don't know.
Oh,
But-
no, that game is on Prime.
Oh wow.
So the first 2 games are going to be on Netflix. Cowboys, Commanders, Detroit, and Minnesota. And then we are at 6:15 on Prime.
Yeah. One thing I'm psyched for though is this will be the first year of NBA on NBC. And if you look at the slate of commentators and analysts on it, it is pretty stacked. You got
And
Michael
Michael
Jordan, the GOAT.
I can't wait to hear him bitch about LeBron on TV.
Oh,
Dude,
he already made a statement. He
He's gonna
already
bitch
made a
about
statement.
everybody.
Like, dude, you better. He basically warned him. Like it's coming.
He's like, I'm gonna try to get fired.
Yeah.
He's like, because I don't need the money.
We got Carmelo Anthony on there. I think D Wade's one of them. It should be a really good slate. I'm gonna miss the TNT guys, but I think they're moving to ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see.
And after all the shit they've talked back and forth, that's going to be pretty awkward.
Yeah, it should.
So, but yeah, obviously, the NBA on TNT or now on ESPN is one of the best rated pre-show sports things. So I'll be interested to see how well this NBC crew pulls it off.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of good names, but it doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Yeah, exactly. On paper,
just
because one thing.
Just because you're good at basketball doesn't mean you're good at talking about it.
Yep.
And I don't really know how much I want to hear from Carmelo Anthony.
I know. Because I'm sure he's not going to talk very highly of Jokic, because I know he's jealous.
And he's mad.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the NBA. Mike Mazzulla got a multi-year extension with the Celtics. That was pretty, it seemed like it was going to happen no matter what. So let us move on into you want to just see the UFC?
Yeah, we got some big news to hit. Came out today.
Yeah.
Yesterday, excuse me.
It was yesterday. I almost thought it was today. Oh, man, it's time to get it on.
Let's get it on!
All right. Shocked me. I really thought it was going to be Netflix that sealed the deal. Apparently, Paramount was willing to pay the most money. But starting in 2026, there won't be any more pay-per-views. But Dana White did say that
sounds like there
pay-per-views
might be.
aren't dead. I'm sure he's going to try to steal some money from people somehow or another and make you pay from the best cards available or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
There's probably going to be like mega events.
Yeah,
like
like a
UFC
Sphere.
Mega.
The
Yeah,
next time they go to Sphere,
yeah.
or probably the White House one, which did get. He was on the Today Show, I think, today, and he did say that July 4th, 2026, that will be the White House pay-per-view event. Well, I guess it'll be. I don't even know what you would call it anymore. It'd basically be. It'll
just a UFC event.
The UFC
maybe
event,
it will be numbered, maybe it won't be.
Probably a title, multiple.
There's no
title
way
matches.
they're going to make people pay for that one because it's all going to be like America,
Yeah, we'll
freedom.
see. I mean, that's the American
Freedom
thing to
isn't
do.
free,
It's
but
capitalism.
this is and the crazy thing, it does seem like I think you might have to pay. I think there might be a new. I think there's going to be like a premium that is included in the.
So
the
what
USD.
I saw is like the regular Paramount. If people pay like $6.99 is like with ads, and like what I pay $12.99 is the premium.
Yeah,
that's what you would get with the UFC. But I would not doubt it. Peacock just went up. These streaming services just keep jacking up their prices because they know they can. I would not doubt it.
They've
if they
got
jump
us
it up
by
to
the
like
balls now.
$15.99. Yeah.
Well, and the funny thing is now Disney and Hulu are just going to become Disney.
Yeah.
And pretty soon, we're going to be back at cable.
I don't.
You know what I mean? Like all of these streaming services are just going to combine into cable packages. And it's just going to be this full circle. It just, instead of it being like DirecTV, it's just going to be like Disney and Paramount. And they're just going to own all of the other shit. And we're just going to pay like $150 for each one. Probably.
It's insane. Yeah, because I pretty much pay for all of them, and it's
probably more than cable if you
Yeah.
really boiled it
But
down.
it's worth it.
But you
because
don't
I
get all the
can't-
shit that you get
I
on
can't
cable.
stand ads. Like
Yeah.
I pay for YouTube Premium. I pay for Max, and it's great because I never run out of stuff to watch. We're gonna start Alien Earth tonight, and I
that's
cannot
out.
wait, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to get into the details of it, Paramount Plus paid for 7 years, $7.7 billion for the rights to the UFC. It'll be doing the fight nights, probably the Contender Series, the pay-per-views, all of it. But it's great because over the last year, I've bought like probably 5 or 6 different pay-per-views. So it's really nice that I won't have to do that next year.
Yeah, I think I was saying if you bought all of them last year, it was like $1,080. And now you only have to pay like $120 a year.
$120 a year.
So.
It's so much better. Yep. And boxing, the guy that like runs, that's putting on the Canelo fight and the Crawford fight, it's that Turkish guy, I believe. I can't remember his name.
Doesn't he own that like DAZN, or I don't know what it's called? There's like it seems to be where all the boxing...
He put like he's been putting on like the Tyson Fury fights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Super rich. I think a Saudi guy. But he wants to get rid of the pay-per-view models too, because I mean we don't have the money. Like the inflation's gone up, but the wages have stayed the same. And so we don't have $80 to spend on pay-per-views when it used to be like $40 back whenever our parents were buying it, and it was a little more affordable. But the upcoming pay-per-view this weekend is a banger. The main event, we're just going to really cover that. Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. Chiamov. I always mess it up.
Chimaev.
Yeah, he's from the
Hamzat
United
Chimaev.
Arab Emirates. He is a Chechnyan guy, undefeated in the UFC. Dreykus is undefeated in the UFC. There's someone's gonna lose.
Someone's
Zero.
getting defeated.
Yes.
Unless it's a draw. In
And you
which
look-
case,
That was
neither
tough.
would be defeated.
Yeah. But I mean, you look at the guys that Hamzat has beaten, and I mean, it is just a murderer's row. And there's really hasn't been anybody that's like challenged him. Kamaru Usman took him to the distance, but he didn't really have much of a chance. Gilbert Burns took him the distance, but you know, Hamzat really kind of his wrestling is next level. But Dreykus, when I watched the countdown, his manager and his trainer said that like Hamzat's striking is just embarrassing, and they are going to make an example out of him. So we shall see. I mean, Dreykus has got one of the most awkward styles out there. There was a statement today that said, like, if you worry about footwork, throw that out of the window. Footwork doesn't matter. But, dude, this is such a good matchup because Hamzat is seriously an assassin. If anybody's ever watched his fight, right before the fight starts, he'll crouch down and he smiles at you like he's about to just murder you. And it's a guy that, and when I watched the countdown on Monday on my day off, like, dude, he says, and that's why he talks so calmly, and it's like he knows he's gonna go in there and hurt somebody, and he's fine with it.
Yeah.
He makes this statement saying like you're going into war, and you have to be fine with the guilt that you're gonna hurt somebody. And
Yeah.
it seems like he's totally fine with that. Did you remember when he fought Robert Whitaker and he didn't choke him? He pushed so hard on his bottom jaw that it's like his bottom teeth caved in.
Yeah, it broke
He
his
broke
jaw.
his jaw. It's insane, dude. He is unlike any other fighter.
Well, and he's got that crazy scar on his face too. I guess from
He's
when
got
he was
that
a
cleft-
kid.
it's
No,
like a
it's from.
cleft.
I googled it because I was like, "That's not like
It's not like a cleft
It's not a
lip
cleft thing." I guess he fell when he was a kid on like metal stairs and hit
Oh,
his.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, hit his lip right there.
Chechnya is a hard country, man. It is tough there. But, I mean, Dreykus, he's got some of the best trainers. It's very underestimated there in South Africa, that training program that they've got down there. But, dude, I really think I'm taking Hamzat in this. I think it's
He is favored.
yeah, I think I'm going to take him just because Dreykus is a little shorter. The reach actually goes to Dreykus by 1 inch. But, I mean, I don't know, man. It's so hard to pick this fight, but I think I'm just going to toss up a coin. I think I'm going Hamzat.
There you go.
Yep.
Another big fight too, or one I'm excited to watch, is Jared Cannonier versus Michael Venom Page.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Should be a good one. I found this out earlier this week that Jared Cannonier and Conor McGregor are the only fighters to have a KO or a TKO in 3 different weight classes.
Yeah, Jared Cannonier used to be a real big
Yeah.
dude. He used to be a
They showed
heavyweight.
his like transition
Yep.
down, and he was like this big. I remember when he was fighting back then, he was knocking
He's
people
lost
out.
a lot of weight.
But yeah, now he's cut, and he's. This should be a pretty good fight. Both
Yeah.
these guys.
The other one, right after that too, is another one of the fighting nerds, Carlos Prates versus
Prates.
Jeff Neal. That's a really good one, man. Those fighting nerds are just assassins out of Brazil. Those guys are basically winning every time they get in the ring. I really think that Prates pulls this off. Jeff Neal's had some really exciting fights. He's a really dedicated fighter, but those fighting nerds, man, you can't put anything past them.
No, you can't. Another one I think is pretty wild here in the prelims. Jessica Andrade
Yep.
versus Lupi Godinez.
Yeah.
Her name is Lupi.
Godinez, maybe?
Godinez.
I don't know. Yeah.
Godinez.
But yeah,
She's from
dude,
Mexico. I'm going to go Godinez.
Jessica Andrade had the title a long time ago, but she's kind of really fallen off. But she's kind of losing every now and then. But I think Lupi. I think I picked her to win the last time that she fought. I know it's such a funny name. The other one too is Kai Ascara. He fought Davison Figueiredo a while back for the title and just got mauled. So this is his first chance of redemption. So
He's fighting a guy with a mullet, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Tim
You never
Elliott.
know. And
America.
and he's ranked number 11, and Asakura is number 15. Kai Asakura. So we shall see. Yeah, that'll be an interesting fight. But yeah, that's
Should be a
it for
good card, though.
the UFC. That'll be what time? Oh, and it's a normal time too. Look at that. Starts at 8.
Yeah, it's in Chicago.
Chicago.
Chi-town. Hey, how ironic, dude. We had
Yeah,
on a Bears
shout
guy.
out,
We
look
didn't
at
even mean to do
Look
that.
at that,
It's
dude.
weird how the universe does that.
Synchronicities, man.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get into it. It is now that time, of course, where the man, the myth, legend himself, Mr. John Daly, grips it, rips it, and hits it hard, man.
I hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man. Till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, living large. I hit it hard.
That's right. Each and every week, we grip it and hit it hard and feature one person who just exudes the excellence every day, or just for one day, maybe. But this one is Mathew Golden, who was just recently drafted. Chad, take it away.
Yeah, drafted out of the University of Texas, one of the highest prospects out of the draft, and got drafted by the Green Bay Packers. And I thought this story is really cool because a lot of times when these rookies get their big signing bonuses, they will buy a big, an extravagant item like a Corvette or a house, who knows.
And
but
usually a chain.
Yep,
You gotta-
that's always a good one. But this guy had different priorities.
Yes, he did.
Hit the video, Chris.
Let me hit it.
Now to a bit of good news. After Texas superstar Mathew Golden was scooped up in the first round of this year's draft, he's doing something pretty special.
And the rookie's first big move might just be off the field.
He's been getting some national attention lately. Not over what he's buying, but who he's buying it for.
What's the first thing with draft money that you want to buy?
Definitely get my grandma a house, man. We lost our property a couple years ago, and, it'd be a blessing to be able to get that back for my family. It was hard, just growing up. The times I was without a home, being a young kid, not really understanding, why I was in that situation. But I feel like God put us through that for a reason. And I always look back at that, I feel like that's what keep me going as a man. Right then and there, that's where everything started for me.
You never forget your family home. I would say it was a hard pill to swallow, just losing it, but, we're able to make memories in other places.
Well, somebody has all the good parts. I have none.
Family, community, all of that goes hand in hand with love. And when you can show love to another person, it just makes you a better person. That is what I'm most proud of Mathew for.
Remax, restart.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
That's awesome.
He seems like a really good kid. He's been drafted by the Green Bay Packers, one of the first offensive weapons they've drafted in a long time.
The first time they've drafted a first round wide receiver since, give me the name, it was a long time ago, like 1991 or something like that. It wasn't even, I think, a wide receiver. I think it was a Mercedes Lewis.
It was Mercedes Lewis.
Yeah, it wasn't even a wide receiver, yep. But, yeah, I think that this kid was a stud at Texas, and just seeing how he's a good person as well. If anybody, we'll post this link. I actually retweeted it today, I believe. It's got another 5 minutes left in the video, but it's really cool. It's what it's all about, family. When these guys get paid, they got to take care of their family first. That's who helped get them there.
Well, and it is nice, especially these guys, and obviously this is a pretty terrible situation to lose your property. Be able to buy it back for your grandma is super cool, but it is pretty cool to see most of these guys, get that first big paycheck and go buy their mom a house.
Yeah, it's almost like Happy Gilmore.
Kind of,
yeah. When they get the house back for grandma.
Grandma, yeah, that's
pretty
true.
cool.
Me, she gets sponsored by Subway.
Yeah. Did you ever have you watched Friendship yet?
No, I still need to watch it. No, we'll watch that this week because I was telling Meryl about how it was super weird and awkward.
There's a scene,
but I don't know if she likes that guy enough for us to be able to watch that.
I mean, Hannah never even heard of him, but it's worth it, dude. Yeah,
I made her watch his show.
Tim and Eric.
Yeah, no, it's
that other one on Netflix.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's his show, and she hated it.
Well, no, it's such a weird. He's got such a different style of comedy, but I only digress this much because there's a scene in it where this kid working at a Radio Shack gives him toad, DMT, and he licks it, and it's labeled these Instagram reels as the weirdest drug sequence ever because he just goes to Subway. That's it. It's just I'm not gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
Just check it out, dude.
I read someone's like synopsis of it, and they're like, every scene is the most awkward scene of a movie you've ever seen.
There's never a scene where you feel comfortable.
Yeah,
It's just
like,
yeah.
That's funny.
But regardless, hey, hats off to Mathew Golden. I'm really excited to see what he can do there. I think I really think the Packers are going to be decent this year, because I think with the Lions losing both of their coordinators, we've really seen, like in years with the Eagles and stuff, that they'll take a dip.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, the Bears, as we were just talking, I think they'll be okay, but I think it's still going to be about 9-8. But I think the Packers are going to be the one to win in that division this year.
They very well could be. I don't know if Detroit's going to be able to stay on the
You
tear
look at
they've
J.J.
been on.
McCarthy in camp, dude. It's looking bad.
Yeah, well, he just blew his knee up not too long ago.
Well, and you look at Michigan, dude. They just ran the ball, man.
Yeah, well, that's what everybody said. He was like even more of a check down Charlie than Bo Nix was.
Yeah,
so.
but I mean, Bo Nix is good.
We'll see. Well, let's hope.
Yeah. But hey, hats off to Mathew Golden. That's the right thing to do. Happy for your grandma. Happy for your family. And next week, who are we having on next week? It is.
Oh,
it's not the Lions guy.
I thought it was the Lions guy.
No, the Lions guy is right before the season.
Oh no, we gotta check our notes. Hopefully,
I think it's on Twitter. Let me go to Twitter real quick. No, the Cowboys inside.
Oh yeah,
Stephen Ben David. That's right.
Yes, and we're gonna learn about his new adventure.
He has been on before. He went really viral for holding up that sign directed towards Jerry that said "Fire the GM." And speaking of that, Denzel Washington was on First Take today. I don't watch First Take anymore, but I saw on Twitter where he came out and said, "Not all money is good money, Jerry."
Yeah.
So if you got Denzel calling you out, man, take heed. All right.
Yeah, listen to what Denzel says.
But yeah, we will be talking some Cowboys next week. So come back.
Yes, come back. We will see you all next week. And as always, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and follow. And as always, come back and see us next week. We'll be here. Same time, same place.
Talking some more football.
Yeah.
Talking some more bullshit.
Talking some bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking our shit.
Yep.
Anyways.
It's been fun. Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy. We will see you next time. Toodles.